My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Lab.com. Welcome again to today's morning call. It's the first day of a new month. Hopefully everyone ended May pretty decently. It wasn't the easiest month, but there were definitely things to do, and there's always things to do. So now the question is, after yesterday's digestion, do we get more digestion and then maybe continue to the upside to, get some more, active action, or was that it? At this point, futures gotten a little stronger throughout the course of the morning. SPYs are up like $1.20. Qs are up $1. We are navigating a bunch of, kind of swingish type trades from last week, so it's been going pretty well. Yesterday, you had some ways to get out of extra hedges. I don't know if you had them on, but I got stuck with a little too many short SPYs and Qs from last Friday, so I was able to cover those and readjust. So I'm feeling better about that, and now we'll see what happens here today. So if you look here, the SPYs put a bit of a doji in yesterday. Some guys are like, isn't that a red dog reversal sell? I'm like, well, it was. You pushed through this and came back in, but wasn't really extreme. And after the size of the move that we had last week, you would think that that's actually healthy. So now the question is, right now the SPYs are if you go to the 2-hour chart, SPYs are right now around 414.21, which is kind of right in the middle of the range. So a bit of range type trading wouldn't be the end of the world. Yesterday we had a lot of that. Some things went from, like Tesla was from up 15 to flat to down 15. You could have made money short. You could have made money long. You could have done that with a lot of things. A lot of two-way action, which is good. Now we'll see. Does the early morning strength hold and build or not? But for today, again, 410 here and then 416. Some guys asked me what I have left on with my options. I'm kind of catty-cornered here where I sold the 410, so if it holds 410, I keep all that premium for today. I sold the 417s and 420s, so if it stays below that, I keep all that premium, but I did most of this from Friday. Qs, I sold the 304s, it's a 309, so I feel like I'm pretty safe today. I did it for Wednesday instead of Friday because the jobs report's Friday. That's the next big macro type event. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes. I did take some Qs home long, so I trimmed that a little bit here. They're up $1. Why not? Net money. I always trim when a gap is in my favor a little bit. So now we'll see what happens. Does it continue to hold this 304? Does it want to work its way to the 50-day? We shall see. 311.32 is pivot resistance, which is $1 or so higher. So far, decent digestion, decent movement. Remember when it cleared this 293, that was our major pivot buy. That was when Nvidia went from red to green post earnings, which was a great setup last week, I believe last Thursday. Now again, do we go sideways and go? Some sectors are participating. IWM, does it go sideways and continue? XBI is a little weaker. XBI is still in this range. I was wondering if maybe, who knows, maybe they wanted to take it off the books as of last month or whatever. So I'm hoping that the XBI kind of wakes up today, but we'll see. If it starts breaking below 66, you could head back to the lows, and you gotta just navigate it. I did get stopped out of mine yesterday, and I'll buy it again if it looks decent. ARC is not really special, but as long as it holds this 43 area, maybe it goes sideways and continues. It just had 3 up days, which is a lot for that sector usually. 50 days right there. It's been battered and bruised. Anyway, the stronger sectors, some guys like Red Dog, what do you think of the XLE? Is that the top of the year? I'm like, well, hard to say. It's been a very strong sector, but after 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th up day, probably, wasn't a bad sell considering that the 8th day was all the way down here. And again, when you're extended from the 8th day, you're not trying to add to it, you're trying to reduce. So at this point, the XLE is up a little bit. It's up 60 cents. If you didn't sell it yesterday, or if you said, hey, I think this is a bearish engulfing bar, it's going to continue to the downside, well, then it's got to get below and stay below 86.73 first. I did sell my Chevron yesterday, which was a good sale. Above 180, I also created a call spread, and now it's still holding the 8-day. We've seen it play with the 8-day before a few times and still be okay. See what happens today. It's up $1.33, so if you were worried that you didn't sell it yesterday, maybe you trim some today, and if you're thinking it's going to get a day 2 to the downside, which it might not, 173.47 is yesterday's low to adjust. If it trades through, it's got room down to the 21-day or not. Again, it was just very extended, just like most things. Sold some Schlumberger pretty well also. Sold it on Friday. And, here you go. Nice sell. And then yesterday was, you still had a chance to sell yesterday too, but you had to be a little bit quicker. But again, just above the 8-day. So it's not like these energy names are falling apart just every now and then when they get super extended. You got to be careful buying them. Oil's up a little bit also. So if you want to take a look at the USO, kind of got rejected first time into a prior high area. But again, well above the 8-day. So put it in perspective. So if you went home, tier 17 short USO, it's only up 46 cents. So anyway, I'm kidding. No one's tier 46, but if it's going to continue to the 8-day or lower, 84.70 is yesterday's low to use. And then in high beta tech land, everything is kind of trying to digest and move a little bit. Tesla's not leading this bounce, but it's giving you some trades. Some guys shorted it into the strength yesterday. Other guys bought it. 734. Right now it's down $1. I actually nibbled a little bit this morning. Maybe it builds a bull type flag here to continue towards 845 if the indices want to have one more type of move. But again, it's not like this move. Got to put it in perspective. This might get to here if it's lucky, I think. Apple, I took some home. I've already trimmed a little bit into some strength. Here too, a bit of a doji. So it's up 60 cents. So I trim a little bit and I hold a little bit. So we'll see, does it continue to hold here or not? 146 is yesterday's low. After a big 2-day move, does it digest and continue, or digest for a few days and then continue, or break below here and that's that? So Apple's pretty important for most of the indices, so we'll see. Microsoft, pretty similar to Apple. Had a decent move. Microsoft, is it up a bit more because of CRM? Because I think, obviously they think the businesses are a little bit more correlated. That's up $2, yeah. So it's a 273.90. This is 274. So I guess see how it goes. Watch CRM. CRM is up 13. It's at 174. So this is CRM. Nice move after hours for some of you guys yesterday. I didn't trade it. Where could CRM get to? I guess 180 is the 50-day. Might get there, might not. Might take a few days, but it's worth noting where big resistance is. Hard to chase the up open, but if it opens at 174 and gives back a lot of the gains today, probably won't be good for sentiment. If it opens up at 174, hangs in and closes with a decent green candle, a nice gap below, that might help a little bit. Tech moving forward, etc. Just some thoughts, Amazon, we did really well. Put on a decent sized call spread. I think I put it on this day. And then I put on straight calls, not a call spread. And then yesterday into the strength, I put on the sell side of the call spread, which I think I sold the 23.90s for the same price. That's always beautiful to do. Like, I think I sold the 23.90s yesterday for the same price I bought the 2300s for. So basically that gives you like a free play and the double. So I used the price movement to help me finance my call spread. And now, I think, what is it for? It's for June 3rd, which is in 2 days. So it has to stay above 23.90. Right now it's 24.32, so it's 40 points for it to be maxed. Some guys might say, hey, Redler, why don't you just take it off and lose a little bit taking it off in premium, and then maybe figure out how to roll it up, which I might do. We'll see how today's action goes. Other high beta tech is really not that compelling now. Google had its post snap rally. If you bought it the day that everyone was jumping out of their seats with the snap news, you could have had a nice bottom tail. Here broke above 21.29, and it's giving you 3 nice days. So today up 18. Do you buy it? Probably not. It doesn't mean it's an easy short, but be careful with your first buy here after a move like that. Facebook has been very slow. But again, it filled this gap right here that some people played for. It gave a little bit of upside. It's up a little bit today. 195 below. A lot of these things, 195 below 197.66. So there's really no setup. Some things might go from green to red. Some things might go up and build. So it's a little bit of a trickier type of day, in my humble opinion. The banks, which I Citigroup, been in pretty much since this day. Hasn't been a barn burner, but it's been a decent hold. I'll give it to 52. JP Morgan actually started the rally last week. It's been better at 133, but I would not be chasing it up here now. What's JP Morgan doing this morning? It's up 44 cents, 132.67, below yesterday's high in here. I'd be trimming some of that versus buying some of that. So today it's kind of interesting. It's some things are going to act better than others. There's nothing to me that's so exciting that I'm like, I got to go grab this now. AMD, I'm long. I'd like to see it digest and hold this 100. It's only up 13 cents, a little weaker than usual in the morning with the futures up, but we'll see. NVIDIA is doing pretty much nothing also, so we'll see. Does NVIDIA hold 183 and go sideways to continue to the upside? Does AMD hold 100 to continue to maybe show some kind of power? It's hard to tell now. We'll see. I got stopped out of what did I set out? I say Snap, whatever. Give us a little bit of a trade. Not the end of the world. AMC, I trimmed most of it into strength yesterday. Hit as high as 16.12. We bought it Wednesday. Traded around the Thursday, or bought it Thursday. Traded around it Friday and sold a decent portion of it yesterday. And now it's down a little bit. Maybe you could still trade around it. We'll see. Just to trade, just to trade with the Top Gun. By the way, Top Gun was great. Hopefully, maybe you want to see it. Love math. Anyway, there's Tesla. Maybe they can go green and go up a little bit. So anyway, futures are up a little bit. Digested yesterday pretty well. Thank goodness of the weakness, because I got caught a little too short Friday into that ramp up into the close, and now I'm more on balance. Question is, can the SPYs continue, and give you this, counter trend type trade, whatever you want to call it? You have 418 right there. And then really the real ceiling to me is this like 429. So at this point we'll see how it goes. Just trying to tack on some money, trying to stay with the move, trying to massage both sides and use our tier system, not get caught, but also make money while we can. Bitcoin had a big move from the weekend. I did tweet you guys on Saturday when I bought Bitcoin, and it wound up being a nice trade. We'll see if there's more action here. Feels like there could be another push. That's why I'm trying to stay with some. A little bit of a bull flag here. It ignited above 29.3. I think I told you, I tweeted you guys an hour before it went, which was just my little intuition. Not that I know the guys who run Bitcoin. It just happened to be tight, and I just felt like after last week's big move, you could buy with the stop in this area, and boom. Now if we could hold 31, this is 32. Maybe it tries to get to 33.8 or 34. So we'll see how that goes. Ethereum's lagging a little bit, but if you could hold this 1900, maybe it stays in this tight range and wants to give you another move. I'm not playing Ethereum right now. I'm not really doing anything else with the altcoins. I still have the ones that I are committed to. Crypto.com, Gala, WaxP, and Metaverse Dog. But I'm not adding here. After everything that happened with Luna, I just feel like going to give it some more time and be a little bit more of a, I think they call it a maximist, which means more of just a Bitcoin guy versus so many different altcoins for right now. So with that said, this will get out to you nice and early. So far, so good. We'll continue to massage our positions, not chase things, know where the pivots are. We'll see if anything can get above and stay above yesterday's highs to give you a push, or do we need to hang in here for another day or so? Friday is a jobs report, so that's the next big catalyst. And I think we have the beige book today at 2 o'clock, which also could create a little bit of back and forth. So just stay tuned, and good luck today, guys.